Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and today we're going to take a look at the Pegassi Ignus, retailing for a price of $2,765,000, ladies and gentlemen, and in terms of looks, I'm sure they'll agree it's hotter than the day on the sun. Okay, well, let's take it out on the street, ladies and gentlemen, and see how she handles. Okay, now here we've got two Pegassi Ignuses, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Raccoon's, I believe, has been fully upgraded across the board. Mine has not as of yet, and we like to say and see how they handle. Okay, well, in terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this thing sets off faster than a riot after an American election, ladies and gentlemen. It really is as fast as that, you know. Whoops, this is okay, sort of barrel rolling down the hill and whatnot. Putting that aside, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of handling, I mean, it really is tighter than a teenager's rear end, and just as much fun to try to handle, I can assure you. Whoops, this is losing it again there. Okay, never mind. We're going to put it along here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a look at the stability, you know, by testing. Whoops, that daisies, Mr. Raccoon. Do be careful, old boy. Yes, we're going to test out the stability and the traction, ladies and gentlemen, by wiggling it from side to side, you know. We're going to see how it goes. Oh, you know, whoops, that daisies. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So it sort of does want to start to lose it, you know, but not too bad, you know. It sort of catches itself, you know. So it's sort of manageable, really. It does sort of slide out, but not too far. In terms of top-end speed, I mean, it's faster than a Frenchman's fancy, ladies and gentlemen. There's no other way to put it, you know. And as you can see, we sort of got around the sort of sharp left-hand corner there. It's sort of relatively good order, rather wide, you know, but it is rather heavy in terms of handling, but still quite responsive. Okay, well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the initial lap, you know, and we're going to take the vehicle now on into Maze Bank offices and going to have it upgraded. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are now inside the custom auto shop, as doubtlessly you can see, you know. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still aim to provide you the opportunity of having a look at the different modifications that can be affected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. Now, I just heard point of reference against another part of interest, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone ahead and cut out some of more of the performance-related upgrades in terms of brakes and armor and engine upgrade, ladies and gentlemen, suspension, transmission, turbo, that kind of thing. Just for the sake of brevity, ladies and gentlemen, to keep this section of the video as short as possible, you know. But as I say, it's still to provide you with an opportunity to have a look at the more aesthetic stylings that can be affected to the vehicle. Okay, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what can one say about the Pegassi Ignus? Well, straight out of the box, ladies and gentlemen, it's really not bad, you know. I mean, even unmodified, it really is quite an interesting vehicle to drive, you know. As I say, top-end speed is really rather very good there, ladies and gentlemen. The acceleration is quite impressive as well. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, is about the only area that one can really sort of get, you know, go to sort of any length of discussing, in the sense of it's rather heavy, ladies and gentlemen. It is rather heavy, but it is still quite responsive. The traction, as you can see there, just sort of wants to slide out a little bit, but it's sort of not too far. So yes, the handling is perhaps the weakest area on this particular vehicle, but that's not to say by any stretch of the imagination, that is sort of unpleasant to drive. In fact, it's quite a nice vehicle to drive, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the only question is it worth the money? You know, that is the sort of salient point. That is the most important question, really, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? How does it stack up against some other vehicles? And we're going to go and find that out later in the video. Suppose that we're going to take you back onto the street and perform the standard lap. Now it's been fully upgraded across the board, and then we're going to take it on down to the top speed test track and sort of see what sort of top speed we can get out there. Hence the name, ladies and gentlemen, of course. And then we're going to take the vehicle on up to Sandy Shores and put it around the track up against some other sort of competitors and see how it stacks up, you know, see what sort of vehicle it really is. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I've decided to go for. It's an absolutely hideous concoction, I do know, but I was only doing it really to spite Mr. Raccoon. Okay, well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take the vehicle back out on the street now and see how she handles. Okay, so Mr. Raccoon there in his fully upgraded Ignus, Pegassi Ignus, me myself, ladies and gentlemen, in my fully upgraded. And look at that acceleration, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, this thing sort of launches off faster than a white man eating Mexican food, ladies and gentlemen. It really is that quick, you know. In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's sharper than a vaccine needle that's been dipped in goodwill and promises, you know. And in terms of, there we go, sort of sliding around the corner there, weren't we? You know? In terms of top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it moves faster than the established establishment move to kill Jeffrey Epstein. Now, let's be quite frank about these things. Okay, and we're going to try and get around that corner, and whoops, the daisies hit a car, sodding hell, and hit another car. Okay, well, never mind, I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it sort of performs really quite well around the street. It's very fast, got good acceleration, handling's a little bit heavy, like I say, but generally speaking, not too bad. Okay, well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. We got complete the standard lap. We're going on to the top speed test track, as I say. Okay, and I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of looks, I mean, it's sort of more serious than getting trapped in a refrigerator with a tiger, isn't it? That's quite frank. Okay, well, crossing the line, ladies and gentlemen, 53.54 is what we consider to be a competitive time, and the Pegassi Ignus does 52.822, so that really is a competitive car then, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we top speed, ladies and gentlemen, as you may well be aware, does not amount to a perfect vehicle. There are many cars with great top speed that really can't beat much around the track, and so now we're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, exactly where the Pegassi Ignus sort of fits into the deck, shall we say. Okay, so the very first vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, we sort of got a bit Pegassi crazy at the start, to be quite frank with you, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Pegassi, or at least it was the Pegassi Reaper, don't you know? Not going to be able to find the price of it, am I? Yes, $1,595,000. Didn't make it across the line first, ladies and gentlemen. Never thought it would. Okay, so the very next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's another Pegassi, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Zorosso. Now, this particular vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, is closer to the sort of asking price of vehicles, although still some considerable way off. It's around the $2 million mark. Now, you'll remember, of course, that the Ignus is retailing around about the $2.75 million. The Zorosso comes in at $1,925,000, ladies and gentlemen, broadly comparable to the Zentorno in our opinion, and yes, an absolute mile behind the Ignus. Okay, so the next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I mean, this used to be a sort of top-end Pegassi back in the day, don't you know? This is the Pegassi Osiris, retailing for $1,950,000, ladies and gentlemen. It is a very, very fine car. As you can see, it's having a rather hard time stacking up, sort of, standing alongside the Ignus there. And that's not, I mean, like I said, the acceleration, I mean, it's sort of, on the Ignus, it sort of bolts out of the stable faster than a racehorse with a Tesla rammed up its arse, ladies and gentlemen. It really is as simple as that. Okay, well, we're done with the Pegassis for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring out a couple of Garottis, don't you know? And the very first Garotti we're going to bring out again, once again, used to be a very fine Garotti, one of the top tier. No longer, I am afraid. It's the Garotti Vision. $2,250,000, ladies and gentlemen, gets you the Garotti Vision. Well, like I say, it's a very, very fine car, and we're going to have a look at it all the way behind the Pegassi Ignus there. Okay, so the Ignus is a rather serious car now, it would appear, ladies and gentlemen. It really is, and what we're going to say, we're going to bring it on to the Garotti Furia, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this car's got two asking prices, it's basically $2 million or $2.75 million, depending on whether you do the Moody Man missions or not. Once again, another fine Garotti, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you see, we're also keeping pace with the Pegassi Ignus down up the front stretch there, ladies and gentlemen, but yes, around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, down the back, it's going to drift away. That's because, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, the Pegassi Ignus is sort of, I mean, in terms of top speed, it's sort of quick. It moves quicker than a racist South African after the fall of apartheid. That's how quick it moves. Okay, now it's quite obvious, ladies and gentlemen, after taking down the Vision and the Furia, that the Pegassi Ignus is a rather serious vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. So we decided to bring out some rather serious vehicles ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lamborghini Tigor. Now, it is a very, very fine car, ladies and gentlemen, retailing for $2,310,000. Very, very fast indeed, and as you can see, yes, it sat behind the Ignus there, which makes us rather worrying, to be quite frank about the vehicle, quite honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, what about the goddamn RSX? So we're going to have to cut out the Serrano just to keep the video as short as possible. And we're going on to one more Pegassi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Big Daddy Z, of course, what we Mr. Raccoon and myself are told to be a high watermark on the GTA game, don't you know? $725,000 only. Purchase you the Pegassi Zentorno. It's a very, very fine car. It's got an absolutely incredible acceleration, but it's not going to sort of hold a candle to the Pegassi Ignus, is it? Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's pretty much taking down everything, which means there's only, of course, one more question, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the Grotti Italia RSX. Okay, what's going to happen here? We've been shaken a few times recently, ladies and gentlemen, and the Grotti Italia RSX is getting into the lead, and thank God for that. Okay, we do uphold the Pegassi, the Grotti Italia RSX is the finest car in the game. We really don't want to see it lose its crown so soon, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a rather good corner. Oh my good God. Okay, well, it's all over then, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It does appear that the Pegassi Ignus is now the new king of the ring. It is taken down the whoops-a-daisy. What's going on here? Okay, well, maybe not. No, so the RSX can still take it, ladies and gentlemen. It's got that top speed, don't you know? Okay, well, what can one say about the Ignus, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, in terms of handling, it's sort of smoother than a freshly shorn scrotum, as Dr. Evil would say, you know? But the sort of main question is it worth the money? Is it ever with Rockstar, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if it is worth exactly $2.75 million, but damn, it is a good car. We both like it. Sodding hell, bloody raccoon. Yes, well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.